eyes on the other side of the door was pitch black. The hallway was pitch black. I need to be careful or I might try. Almost as if he read my mind, Shirabe held out his hand. Ooh! Here. What? You might trip. Give me your hand. Wait, you want to hold hands? Oh! Thanks. Are you sure? Thanks. Thanks. I took his hand. It felt dry and hard. I'm gonna linger on that one for a little bit. His hand felt dry and hard. Oh yeah, grab my hand. What? Oh no! Whoa, his hands are so big. Feeling them wrapped around mine made my heart pound. Oh my god, you were too horny. This kind of reminds me of that time I took Mai to a haunted house. Okay. What the heck was that? Does he really think of me as a kid like Mai? He gripped my hand gripped my hand tight as we descended further into the darkness. I mean, I want you to be a different kind of daddy than this. This is not fair. What's this room? After several long minutes in the pitch black hallway, we came out into a large room. The only lights were trained on a singular stage in the center of the room. This place feels a little different, but I think it's an arena, just like the first one. See? They're waiting for us. Oh great, more piglets to fight. Here we go. On the stage were more piglets, each one already wearing gloves and shin guards. Gloves. There are three of them this time. Yeah. Piglets gestured for us to get up on the stage. 3 against 2? Well, I was hoping to get beaten and electrocuted to death today. But we only barely won last time. We were both still pretty exhausted too. Things weren't looking good. The piglets made a series of confrontational gestures. Confrontational is the word I was looking for earlier. In the last episode for you guys. Shirabe sighed and helped me put my gloves on. Alright, I was thinking about these gloves. I think they only put out a shock when you're up on the stage. Nothing happened when I took yours off earlier, remember? Huh. So once we get up there, we need to make sure we don't touch each other, just to be safe. You don't want to knock me out, right? Okay, I'll be careful.
Push me, and then just touch me.
We nodded at one another and climbed up onto the stage. Just like before, the fight started in silence. Stay behind me, little lady. No need to take chances. Right. I mean, it's not much of a chance. If they're fighting us one at a time, just both of us kick the shit out of the first guy, and then both of us kick the shit out of the second guy. Shirabe moved in front of me and dropped into a fighting stance. I just imagine him getting down on all fours and growling. The piglets circled around us and began closing in. There's nowhere for us to go! Before long, they'd herded us into a single corner of the stage. Yeah! He tossed out a feint at one of the piglets, but they dodged it easily with a quick sidestep. Oh, that's just the beginning! Ha! Shirabe threw out several more punches. None of them hit, but when one of the piglets took a larger step to dodge, another piglet moved out of the way. What was that? It looked like the piglet had been trying to avoid touching his companion. I started watching them more closely, and realized that they seemed to be watching one another closely to keep their distance. It looks like they're having a hard time working together, especially after what that one piglet did. Wait, could it? Really? I have to figure this out? It's so obvious. They don't want to touch each other because they'll electrocute each other. We know this. Shirabe just said 2 seconds ago this. Why are all the piglets avoiding each other? Shirabe and I need to remember to not touch each other's gloves. There you go. Three against 1 is a lot to handle, even for Shirabe, especially when we have to be careful not to touch each other. The piglets have surrounded us and forced us to the corner. But even though they have the upper hand, they're not attacking, and they keep watching each other for some reason. My hog is lit, my head's gonna explode. Ah! Incited. It was touch? Touch was it? Not Shirabe and I can't touch each other, it was touch. Of course! We aren't the only ones who have to be careful about not touching each other. The piglets can shock their cocks too! Shirabe! I kept my voice at a whisper.
Is something wrong?
Okay, I'm gonna whisper very uncomfortably. Are you ready? The piglets can get shocked by each other's gloves just like we can. I feel like that's why they're acting kind of weird. Alright, that's enough of that. Why didn't I see it? Because you're a dumbass? Oops. Good job, little lady. Now the count of 3, I want you to book it to the right. I'm gonna go left. Got it? Just trust me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Just as Shirabe had likely planned, our sudden movement caught the piglets by surprise. He didn't waste the opening. The moment he'd flanked them, he spun around, lowered himself into a tackling stance, and charged. Terrible idea, terrible idea. Yeah! One of the piglets reacted in time to throw out a kick, nicking Shirabe on the cock. Oh! Gah! But the momentum was on his side, and Shirabe barreled into the piglet that attacked him like a freight train. Freight train. Not freight train. I'm making it a freight train. Ah! The impact threw it into the other two piglets, and they collapsed like sparking dominoes. Jesus Christ. They're all dead now. They didn't move. It looked like their gloves and shin guards had touched, which had probably given them an extremely high voltage shock. We did it. Shirabe died. Oh no! With the calming music playing. The fucking Rosalina Mario Galaxy music playing as Shirabe collapses and passes away. I ran over to Shirabe's corpse. Are you okay? I quickly pulled off my gloves and shin guards and grabbed Shirabe's cock. Yeah. I got one hit in, but this is nothing. Nothing? You're hurt! Come on, you need to lay down. Oh my god. I gently stopped him from trying to get up and laid his head down on my lap. He let out a long, relieved sigh. Oh! I'm so glad you're okay. Yeah, I thought we were done for there. We both smiled. Then suddenly, his face twisted in pain. What's wrong? Nothing. Just hurts a little. That's all. I saw his hand shake as he pressed into his leg. Do I have to kiss it better? Wait. Sorry about this. Before he could protest, I reached down and pulled his boot off. He fucking rips his leg off on accident. I gasped. The foot underneath the boot was swollen and an ugly purplish red. Ew! The heck? Is this the injury he got at the hospital? Oh my gosh! I noticed him favoring Len during the first fight. I'd never imagined. What on earth were you walking on this? Very carefully. You can't do this to yourself! Suddenly I felt like crying. I can't believe he's been like this the whole time and never said anything. I'm fine, really. Journalists actually get into scrapes all the time, you know. Heck, over the war once. But my point here is that if things had gone pear-shaped earlier, then you'd have been in a pretty bad way. And I apologize for that. I'm real sorry for dragging you into this mess. I've been apologizing to you since yesterday. Huh? Stop doing that. Please. What are you saying? It was my decision to come help you. So whatever happens, I chose to put myself in this situation, not you. You don't need to apologize for something you didn't do. He stared at me for several long seconds, his mouth twisted in a sort of surprised grin. Damn, I guess they make high school kids pretty mature these days, huh? Almost felt like I was talking to an adult there. Come on, Shirabe. Do you have to fucking cockblock me at every opportunity? Hee. Really? Yeah, you kind of threw me for a loop, little lady. I smiled to myself. Well, it sure is nice to feel like he thinks I'm not just a kid. It looks like those piglets were it, so I think we can take a break here for a bit. Good. I think that might be wise. He let out a relaxed sigh and twined his fingers together over his chest. Any chance you remember that story I was telling you about earlier? Here's a little more. Huh? A story I've been after for 12 years. Augustine brought it up when he was talking about telling May what kind of person her father was. Oh, right. Oh, a flashback. I just wanted her to know. I just wanted her to know what kind of person her father was. What? You haven't told her what you did to all those poor, grieving families? Oh dear, this could get awkward. Link! It was a real mess, that's for sure. In fact, that was when I decided to go freelance. His face looked tight as he spoke. What do you mean? See, there's so many jokes I have to make, but I can't make because I don't know how old I am. I met with some of the families of people who died in the crash over the course of a couple of years while I was looking for the truth. Not all of them, of course. I couldn't find a few people, but I tracked down as many of them as I could. At some point during all that, I had a sort of revelation, I guess you could say. I realized I needed, to write a story about what had happened to all these people, so that the world would never forget about it. So, I gathered up all the facts and interviews that I'd collected, and put them together into one hell of a story. Called it the Bible. Shirabe's mouth thinned into a line. But things didn't work out quite the way I'd hoped. What? Why not? My boss thought my article was boring. He wanted me to throw in some wild speculation, exaggerate, anything that would make it more sensational, something people would talk about. It's horrible! Damn right, and I refused. These people had already suffered enough. I wasn't going to use them just to get my boss's readership riled up. But it turned out that decision wasn't up to me. My boss rewrote the story and sent it to press on the sly. Didn't say word one to me. Word one, not one word? No. He changed everything. Even put words in the mouths of people I'd interviewed. Turned it into something even a supermarket gossip rag wouldn't publish. And when it got out, blew up, people were furious. It's awful. Since the article had my name on it, I got bags of hate mail, mostly from the families I'd talked to. Any credibility I'd managed to build up was gone, just like that. All I had left was a mailbox full of guilt and the knowledge that I'd failed my story. That's why you became a freelancer? Yeah, I couldn't go back to the weasels who corrupted my words, but I couldn't let go of my passion for journalism either. Wow, I had no idea. Sorry, little lady. Kinda went off on a tangent there. It must be the adrenaline wearing off. I bet it bored you too much. His reaction, the look on my face must have been kind of strange. I love how you can just be a complete fucking dickhead to him. No, it wasn't boring at all. In fact, I'm glad you told me. I like knowing more about you. That's so? Yeah. Well, I admit I'm a little surprised you actually thought it was interesting. Can you blame me? You're a mystery! Listening to your story was like reading a really good book. I'm kinda hoping you'll tell me more. Are you pulling my leg? Although, I guess I've never really told anyone about this stuff before. Sex bomb, you're my sex bomb. Why do you keep whispering that song? Sorry, it just gets stuck in my head. I have to admit, it feels pretty nice to finally get it off my chest. Why don't you get off of my chest next? What? No, nothing. Oh, I just skipped something because I figured what I just said was the dialogue. No. Oh, that reminds me. What, something wrong? Yeah, I told you to stop apologizing. Oh, yeah, I guess you did. Sorry. He smacked his forehead. I couldn't help but grin. No more apologies from either of us, okay? We don't have anything to apologize for. You're right. He scratched at his head and coughed awkwardly. You blushing? You blushing? Well, we should probably be getting a move on. He climbed up to his feet on his own. Still looked a little unsteady. Are you going to be okay? I better. Oh, he's waiting for me. I nodded, and we headed for the next room. Oh boy. Time to pull the sword from the stone. On the other side of the door in the back of the arena was a room covered in lavish decorations. See, there's no commas in this sentence. So can you blame me for getting fucked up on reading the dialogue here? It's so hard compared to other games. I don't know what it is. In the back of it was a throne, in front of which was a stone with a large sword stuck in it. On the throne was Mai. We had to pull the sword out of the stone and plunge it through Mai's chest. Mai! Mai! We ran up to her. Hi! She grinned when she noticed us. Are you okay? Did Hogstein do anything to you? Hogstein? She looked at us, confused. No. I had a lot of fun. The pink piggy gave me candy. Pink? I don't think Hogstein was wearing pink. Maybe he's in his lingerie. He's gonna pop up now. There was definitely something strange there, but Shirabe didn't seem concerned with it. I mean, yeah, we're in the final room. Something scary is gonna happen. What else did you do? Well, I got some swords and beat the black piggies and got to be a king. Moving on. Pig? What are you talking about? She seemed happy, and it looked like Hogstein had treated her well, just like he'd said he would. Maybe he's not so bad after all. It sounded like they'd just been playing until we arrived. My, are you saying you went with this guy because he said he'd give you some candy? He was frowning. Oh my god, yeah. My smile had started to waver, and she looked over at me, then back at Shirabe. He was there when I woke up, and he said that he was your friend. I bet he did. Why didn't you tell me what you were doing before you ran off? Shirabe. I tapped him on the shoulder, and he sighed.
What am I supposed to do here?
He looked like he was honestly at a loss. Well,
Give her a hug. Obviously.
just give her a hug.
What?
A hug. A nice, strong, friendly hug. Break her spine while you're at it, why don't you?
Okay.
He looked confused, but wrapped his arms around her anyway. Daddy?
I'm just glad you're safe, kiddo.
I hugged him back, at least as much as her tiny arms could manage. I'm sorry, Daddy. Did I do something bad?
You know what? Never mind. What matters is that you're okay.
Shirabe gave me a wink over my shoulder.
As if, like, what he just said was not true.
Sex bomb, sex bomb. What are you whispering, Daddy?
Nothing.
It looks like they're starting to warm up to each other. That makes me happy. I smiled back.
Well, I didn't think you'd make it this far, honestly. Probably should have taken your little girl back to my castle.
They always say that.
I almost jumped as Hogstein's voice blared out of speaker somewhere above our heads. You!
Oh shit, wrong voice. Cut the crap, pig.
We beat your thugs. That means we beat your game, right?
Fine, I accept your victory. I now release my Shirabe to you as an exceedingly generous reward.
Then, with a click, it was gone.
Really? No.
No. Do not trust. We haven't done the fucking thing, the challenge in this room. People are going to come out and kick our asses.
Hooray!
Oh, looks like we did it. Although I'm not quite sure how.
I'm just glad we got my back. I'm happy you're here.
Oh, excuse me.
Almost on cue, the door leading outside slid open with a heavy, grinding noise.
Well, time we headed back to the others, I guess.
Yeah, they're fucking skeletons, you mean?
Right.
I just love this statue so much. I can't believe this is what full fucking Hogstein looks like. He's disgusting.
The exit dumped us out into the plaza in front of Castle Hogstein.
It's only 4. They're probably still in the middle of today's game. Ah, they tried to call us.
Oh, I hope they do okay.
I wouldn't sweat it. Wait, what do you say we take a little time off while we wait?
I'd say that sounds pretty good.
Terrible idea. Go find them. Go find the game they're in. Go in and help them.
What is wrong with you people?
I was mentally and physically exhausted. If I could have, I would have sat down right there and slept for a week. We can't go back to the hotel yet, though. What should we do?
Go help your friends.
Your stomach's making noises.
Ah, maybe it's trying to tell us something.
I'm pretty hungry, too. In fact, I didn't have anything to eat since that snack with Shirabe in the Coliseum. And what a snack it was. Hubba hubba.
Well, and I'd say our only option is the restaurant. Agreed?
Agreed. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go just fucking wine and dine while everyone else who's on our team gets slaughtered.
Hooray! Let's eat.
Like, you're telling me you were, like, seconds away from dying both other times you did a challenge, and now you're just like, no, all 3 other times you did a challenge, and now you're just like, yeah, we'll just leave them to finish that on their own, even though they're down fucking 4 people. Okay, no, 3 people because Midrashi came back, but he's sick.
It didn't take us long to get there. The restaurant was open, and the staff was there, but nobody seemed to be cooking. Are you guys not open yet?
Oh.
The piglets shook their heads apologetically. I guess they're not ready. What should we do now?
Eat those roses. Can't blame them, I guess. We are a little early for dinner.
Daddy, where's the food?
Huh, well, honestly, I'm not sure, kiddo. Is it in your big sack full of sweets?
So do we just wait here?
Give me a second.
Shirabe headed over to one of the piglets and began to talk. After a moment, they nodded to one another and disappeared into the Chinese section.
Chinese section?
What are they doing?
Are they gonna fucking whip out a Chinese person and serve them to us?
Do you want to go take a peek?
Yeah! No, you do not want to peek into a Chinese kitchen. You're gonna be scared for life. You're gonna see them fucking disemboweling a dog or something.
We headed over towards where Shirabe had gone. He was looking around inside a fridge.
Going through like human remains? Where did I leave my kidney? Oh, that's right. Looks like we got some cold rice, eggs, green onions.
He plucked ingredients out of the fridge as he mumbled, stacking them deftly on the counter next to him. It looks like he's going to cook.
Yeah, I have to learn how to cook to be a reporter, guys. Don't you know that?
He can cook?
I think we're about to find out. I'm surprised you're not just like, yeah, every adult can cook. That's what they do. He sure doesn't look like somebody who'd know how to cook. I started to rethink my assumption, though, as I watched him. He was far from delicate. There was no denying he didn't know what he was doing. More long, delicious aroma started to waft out of the wok he was cooking in. Oh my god.
Oh, that smells really good.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? But let's go wait for him back at the table.
Okay.
We were chatting away at the table when Shirabe appeared about 10 minutes later with several large, steaming bowls. Bon appetit, ladies! He dropped a mountainous plate of fried rice onto the table, followed by a bowl of hearty soup.
Oh my gosh, this looks delicious! Good job, Daddy!
I felt my stomach growl as Shirabe scooped out servings of rice and soup for each one of us. Yeah, great job, Daddy! I don't know if you're allowed to call me that. What's wrong, Daddy? Nothing. Thanks, Shirabe. I mean, Daddy. Thanks, Daddy! Well, dig in. I took a bite of the rice first. It wasn't too sticky or too dry, and the seasoning was perfect. Do you like it? It's amazing! Oh, this is amazing! I had no idea you could cook! He rubbed the back of his head and shrugged. Well, look at him blushing again, oh my god. Well, even a bachelor can't live on instant noodles and takeout forever. I've picked up a few tricks over the years I've been on my own. The seasoning is incredible. It's just the right amount. I feel like I could eat this forever.
Your food is awesome, Daddy.
Shirabe broke out into a wide smile. I'm real glad to hear that, Mai. Here, have some more. Ches Shirabe is an all-you-can-eat establishment.
Yay!
Mai was shoveling fried rice into her mouth so fast she could barely breathe. She's gonna die, you're gonna kill your own daughter by feeding her too fast. I wonder if they like the same stuff, since they're family and all.
You eat too.
Oh, yeah, it is her.
Eat!
Right. Shirabe nodded and fell to eating his own rice. Why do they say that like it's a fucking disgusting? He fell to eating his own rice. If they can spend more time together, hopefully they get to know each other better. That would be nice, anyway. Oh, I got a text. We're all dead. Thank you for nothing, is what it's going to say. Something wrong? No, it's from my uncle. How's it going over there? I'm sure things are tough, but I hope you're not doing too badly. But if they're bad, my advice to you is to not think about whether or not you can do something. Just think about doing it. However hard things get, just keep pushing forward, and I know you'll succeed, Miss Sarah. I hope you will never stop trying. I read through his message again and felt his encouragement wash away my exhaustion. I mean, it didn't really do that much for me, but sure. No matter what happened, I wouldn't give up, despite the fact that he's Hogstein. Your uncle sounds like a pretty great guy. He nodded as I read what Uncle Kaiji had sent me. I put down my food for a minute and wrote a quick message back, telling my uncle about how Shirabe and I had been working together to find his daughter. And send! Yeah, let's just give my uncle, who is evil, all of the information. Oh man, I kinda said some really nice things about Shirabe, didn't I? Something up?
Oh, no, nothing. Shouldn't the game have ended by now?
Yeah. I wonder how they're doing. They're all dead! They're all fucking dead and it's your fault. Like, they're dead and it's literally your fault because you just didn't go and help them. You're like, fuck it, I'm hungry. Then the restaurant's door opened. Chirpa! It was the rest of our companions, all right. But when I saw what they were carrying... Oh, they were carrying Arabe. I stopped short. If by carrying Arabe, I hope you mean a fucking, like a fish tank full of fucking giblets. Because Arabe is dead. Arabe is dead and he is not coming back. He was blown to smithereens. If by carrying Arabe you mean a full Arabe who is alive, I'm going to be very disappointed in you because Arabe should be a pile of fucking guts. Or just nothing. He should just be disintegrated. Arabe! He was soaking wet and appeared to be unconscious. Was he reborn in the river? Oh, are you guys okay? No, don't worry about us because we didn't worry about you. You seem just as surprised to see us. How did you get all these bruises? You look awful. Aw, thanks! Hogstein set up another game, just for us. We managed to beat it and get May back, but it wasn't exactly a walk in the park. Why? Sorry. Are you saying he took mine? It seems like it, but he didn't hurt her or anything. She's fine. It's good and all, but kidnapping a little girl? That's pretty low, even for that asshole. And assholes are notoriously low. What about you guys? How did you find Arabe? Oh, we went up to heaven where he was, and we pulled him back down because there's no other reasonable explanation.
Arabe was the prize, I guess you could say, of the last game we played. Somewhat similar to yours, I suppose.
So what, if we win a game we get a respawn because Arabe was dead?
Is he okay? He's breathing, and his pulse is steady. He should come around in a while, but as you can see, he's soaking wet. Very moist. Not only that, but his face was very pale, and it looked like he was shivering. If we don't do something, he could catch a cold. Or shit! Shit everywhere! Maybe even pneumonia. Can you turn on the heater? The piglet nodded and ran off. A few seconds later, I felt the restaurant begin to warm up.
See, like, there's some parts of this game that make me think it's a game for, like, 12-year-old girls, but then they also swear in it, so I'm very confused on what the target audience is supposed to be.
The piglet returned with an armload of towels that he handed off to Wakasa.
Don't give it to Wakasa, he's too fucking weak to carry all this shit.
I guess we can dry him off with these?
He dumped the towels on the table in front of him. Yeah, they getting too heavy for you, bud? Damn, you're useful. What do you mean you're useful? He is not useful. It was handed to him and he immediately put it down. He didn't do anything. I mean, I know you want to fucking chat him up, but...
The piglet scratched his head in an embarrassed sort of way and scuttled back to the kitchen.
Okay, no, he was talking to the piglet. Good. I thought he was just fucking flirting with Toa again.
We should get him out of these clothes, too.
You gotta see what's underneath, right, guys?
Alright, let's get him off and then dry him and wrap him up. Naked. I can give you a hand. They set to work pulling Arabe's sopping clothes off, and I quickly turned around.
Ah, give me some warning next time.
No need to panic, little lady.
I'm not panicking, just being polite.
Come over here, May.
Mai!
That look?
Oh my god.
There's nothing over there you need to see.
Now come on!
Hustled Mai a few tables away, and remained properly ignorant until they had finished wrapping Arabe up.
I'm surprised they didn't show us a graphic of his fucking glistening abs.
Alright, he's decent now. Okay. I turned around and saw Arabe laid across a couple chairs, wrapped in numerous towels.
My god, so you're about to sacrifice him.
He looks like a mummy. It kinda does.
Mai, you shouldn't say things like that. Who cares, Shirabe? Stop being so fucking hard ass.
We still had some time until the hotel arrived, so we decided to stay at the restaurant while Arabe warmed up.
So, we knocked out 2 attractions today. Which means there's probably going to be one last chapter than I thought, or the last chapter was just going to be in the castle.
After everyone had relaxed a bit and finished their dinner, Shirabe began to talk.
Oops.
I think I've told you all that I've been... Wait, what? I think I've told you all that I've been after a particular story for several years now, and I think it's time I explained what it was.
What do you mean you've told all of us? You told me, and that was it. You told me, like, a few hours ago.
Right, I remember you mentioning it, but you didn't give any details. You mentioned it as soon as the 2 girls left, because we were having a bro moment, right? No girls allowed, as they say. Haha, God, I love men.
So what was it?
It has to do with a bus crash 12 years ago. The next few minutes, Shirabe repeated everything he told me. How the police had decided the crash was an accident that had been caused by the driver's condition. How he'd become convinced that it wasn't just an accident. As I watched, eyes widened and mouths gaped all around the table. Got it, a bus crash? Shido was the most surprised. You must be talking about the case my father was working on. My father, who was a great man, not a woman.
What did your old man have to do with it?
Oh yes, call him that, old man, I like that.
Whoa, hold on a minute. You're telling me you've been investigating the crash that killed my parents for 12 years?
Oh my god, it killed your parents for 12 years? A long time to kill your parents.
Your parents?
What the hell's going on here? Could it really just be a coincidence that Shirabe, Shido, and Mitarashi all have a connection to the same bus crash? I think we need to compare notes here. Maybe then we can get a picture of the whole thing. Shido, you want to go first? Sure. My father was a detective too. The old-fashioned kind who would tell you the only things you need to solve in a case are a notepad and your feet, or to solve a case are a notepad and your feet, and no women. But that case was his greatest regret.
What do you mean?
At the time, he was one of several detectives assigned to the case, so he'd gone out to interview witnesses and families of the deceased. But just as their investigation was ramping up, the brass shut the whole thing down. Every chance he got, he'd bring it up. He insisted it had never been an accident, and that somebody at the top was just covering it up.
What? Yeah, why is this a surprise to you?
He died regretting never getting to the truth. In fact, that's probably why he drank himself to death.
So you became a detective so you could make things right for your old man? Actually, I became a detective so I could be armed and shoot women on the street. I wouldn't go that far, but yes, something like that. Shirabe grunted and scratched at his beard. An active detective suspects it isn't an accident, and suddenly word comes down to end the investigation. Alright, your turn, Mitarashi. What can you tell us? Well, my parents were still... Oh, wait, I thought I said my parents were still in elementary school. Well, when I was still in elementary school, my parents died in a crash. My dad was a journalist for some magazine. He was always chasing down some story, so we didn't really see a lot of him at home. Anyway, that day my parents had gone out to have some fun because he knew work was going to be getting crazy in the next few weeks. Calm us, please. Then on the way home, the bus jumped at the divider and, well, that was it. Wait, did you say you worked for a magazine? Yeah, why? No, your name's Mitarashi. Couldn't be him, although. The hell are you mumbling about? Oh, I don't suppose you knew a journalist who went by Sunsumu Kaisha? Kishiya? Of course I did, that's my dad! What? But why the hell aren't you a Kishiya? Wait, why did you just randomly guess this one? Huh? There's so many journalists, and you pick one that doesn't even share a name with them? After my parents died, my mom's mom took me in. I just started going by Mitarashi after that. My god. What's going on here? Yes, all makes sense now. You're his son! Ha! Your parents are dead! Oh, that's a good one. Before any of us knew what was happening. Oh shit. Before any of us knew what was happening, Shirabe threw his arms around Mitarashi and hugged him. What the hell? Okay, this is getting a little too weird for me. I knew he had a son, but damn. You sure grew up into a man, didn't you? He grinned up at Mitarashi. The larger man didn't even seem to share his excitement and looked away awkwardly. He's blushing. You might want to tone it down a little. Oh, right, of course. My apologies. So, was that your mentor? It's gotta be, right? Yeah, don't worry about it. I believe you knew my dad, though. Just know your father. He's practically the reason I'm a journalist. Can't begin to tell you how much I owe him. Yeah? Well, damn. Can't say I saw that one coming. So three of us seven are somehow tied to the Kaneda bus crash? That can't be a coincidence. Agreed. Longstein probably picked us specifically. So you think he brought us here for a reason? Us, yes. Probably not you. You were a volunteer, remember? If that's the case, though, Mikasa and Miyoshi are probably connected somehow, too. I don't know anything about this bus crash you're talking about. Me either. This is the first time I've heard of it. Really? We were silent for a few minutes, thinking, before Shido spoke up. The hotel should be arriving soon. We can talk about this later. Right now we need to worry about Harabe. Is he going to be okay for boys' night later? We are having a boys' night, aren't we? Where everyone comes into my room and we make a pillow fort, just us guys? He was right. So we picked up Harabe and headed for the docks. Oh, that was quick. We carried a still dead Harabe back to his room and then called it a night. I lay on my bed, staring up at the ceiling, thinking about everything we'd learned. The sound of a boys' night echoed through the halls. I was so jealous. Chino's dad was investigating the crash, and Mitarashi's parents died in it. Never would have guessed any of that. They'd all been through something difficult in the past, but each one of them had moved on and not let that define them. It was reassuring. Shirabe especially. I don't know about him moving on. He's been investigating it for 12 years and never stopped. I don't know what you're talking about here. He'd been looking for the truth about that crash that killed his mentor for 12 years. And he'd given up living with Mai because he was worried his investigation might put her in danger. That reminds me. But it's like, the longer I'm at it, the more I need to know the truth. At this point, I don't think I could give it up even if I wanted to. Does that mean he hasn't been able to let go of her for 12 years? The more I think about him, the more nervous I get. Oops, I keep pressing the wrong button. Maybe I should go take a shower. I jumped out of bed and hopped into the shower, hoping that it would clear my head.
God, I love boys' night. Oh, us men are so amazing.
Phew,
That was refreshing. Who would be visiting me this late? It can only be Mai, right? Everyone else is at boys' night.
No, that was Shirabe's fucking signature knock.
I wonder.
No, it actually is Mai. That's unbelievable. I guess she picked up the knock from her dad.
Oh, hello, Mai. Hello. It's nice to see you, but
Is everything okay?
I want you to come back to the room with me.
You have your own room?
The room?
Oh, you mean Shirabe's room?
Uh-huh. What's going on here? Did Shirabe tell her to come get me or something?
Okay, sure. Give me a second.
Maybe something's happened. I should go see what she wants. What he wants.
Oops. Whoops.
Did Shirabe not get invited to boys' night? That doesn't make any sense. He's one of the boys.
Is something wrong? I'm just getting ready for boys' night. I'm sorry, but you can't come. You don't have a penis.
As soon as I stepped through his door, Shirabe sat up quickly from the bed, a surprised look on his face. Huh?
I thought you asked her to come get me. No, I didn't. I only want to talk to boys tonight. It's boys' night.
What?
Mai? Did you bring her here, Mai?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I wanted to sleep with you guys.
Well, 2's great, but 3's a crowd, Mai. What? 3 of us in one bed? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Shirabe frowned.
I think you're being a little selfish there, kiddo. You're putting her in a pretty awkward position. You think I'm going to turn that down, Shirabe? I'm getting a chance to fucking sleep with you.
Does that mean she can't?
Well, that's,
Oh, jeez. What should I do? I mean, sleeping with Mai is no big deal. But this would mean sleeping in the same bed as Shirabe. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Although, Mai's going to be there, so it's not going to be weird. It was a lot to think about. She looks worried. Oh, of course! Why didn't I realize? She hasn't lived with him for years. She must be nervous about staying here with him all by herself. I still felt weird about being in bed with Shirabe, but Mai needed me, and everyone else was at boys' night. Okay. That was enough to make up my mind. Alright, Mai, if you really want to.
I don't even get a say in this? What if I'm playing this game and I don't simp for Shirabe?
Really? Yeah. Now it was Shirabe's turn to be surprised.
You, sure about this?
That's what I said. Unless you,
Well, you should just know, I'm a demon in the sheets. Look, if you want to, then I don't, mind.
And that's that. Do you want to sleep between us, Mai? Okay. She grinned, and I felt that whatever my reservations had been, I'd done the right thing. Shirabe cleared his throat and rubbed his cock, but eventually nodded and gestured for Mai to climb up on the bed.
Alright then, let's go to sleep.
Yeah. We all lay down. Mai looked at me and grinned. It's like I got a mommy.
What?
I blushed.
Jesus Christ.
A mom?
She's right.
Not you two. He coughed and looked around awkwardly.
Oh, I didn't mean... It just seemed appropriate, given the, flow of the conversation.
Oh, okay. My face must have been bright red, though, because Shirabe still looked uncomfortable.
Oh boy.
What's wrong? Mai looked back and forth at us. Oh, nothing.
Let's just get some sleep. We've got an early morning tomorrow.
Okay. Yes, right. Early morning. Shirabe leaned over and flipped the light switch.
And that's when we got freaky.
Good night.
Yep, sleep tight.
Good night. I feel a little nervous, I guess. Not sure if I'm going to be able to get to sleep. The room was silent for a while, although occasionally I could hear Mai or Shirabe move or breathe.
Oh.
She'd fallen asleep almost immediately. Not surprised. She's had a long day.
Hey.
I heard Shirabe's voice in the darkness. Zoop. Yes?
Are you okay? Do you think you'd be able to get sleep? Hold on, I'm gonna be very creepy again. You guys ready? Hi, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. You should get to sleep too.
I guess I should, huh?
We have a long day tomorrow. I closed my eyes, and despite my earlier nervousness, went to sleep almost immediately.
Good night, babe.
On that night, my life ground to a halt.
Your sister died in that crash. It was on the bus. That's where you are. You're not in the car. You're on a bus.
Oh my, it's really late.
Yeah, it took us longer than I thought. Looks like traffic's been cleared up though. Or maybe that was the car that got crashed into, not the bus.
I know, it's a little odd, don't you think? I wonder if something happened.
What's going on here? I don't see any other cars. Look out! Ah! What the?
What's going on?
Get down! It's going to be okay!
It's so bright.
Sound at the impact. Right, well, alright, Dream Daddy. I'm gonna fucking tab it. OBS. So, is that just the canon path? Did they just fucking hook you up with Shirabe? Like, I'm not complaining because he's my hunk, you know, he's my babe. He's my my hubba hubba awooga. He makes my eyes pop out in my head and my heart beat really fast. But you know, I wanna seduce some of the other guys as well. Come on, game. You're making me sleep with this guy? I'm with his stupid dumbass daughter. What a cock block. Fucking hell. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna stop recording now. Thanks for watching this episode of Alright, bye.